Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. You can see what I look like. So, yes, I'm just an old white guy. So today working on not a Sega CDX. I am working on the Tiger Learning Computer, a little board, a little intermediary board. So I figured I would show my mug so you can I actually have a microscope here, which is what I'm looking at. I figure it'd be a little boring us watching someone solder a while, so I might as well fire up one of my extra cameras. This is a camera I actually use for that used to be my main webcam I use for doing these videos, and it's an old Logitech, but it's only a 720p, which is fine. I only do 720 usually. And then I have a manual focus. Come on. First one's the hardest. I do a 720. Come on, you know you want to flow. There you go. A little lumpier than I wanted. The magnification actually really helps so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. It's not stereo, but good enough. Anyway, yeah, so I was doing this different setup tonight. Oh, you can actually see my degree over my left shoulder there. And it's been, what, 23 years. Wow, that's a long time. Since I graduated college. Feels like a lifetime ago. Oh, it was a lifetime ago for a lot of people, actually. I don't think of it now. So I've been doing this stuff, well, this I just do for fun. This is not my day job. It's not getting good flow. The side of the board's not getting as good flow as the other side. Very strange. Better fill it, would be nice. I think I'm gonna have to come back, like I said before, the file to do all of this. Anyway, so yeah, this is the intermediary board, and the CDX, the Sega CDX I was working on. There's something wonky going on with that. Wonky going on with the light on my microscope right now. There's something funky going on with the stepper motor controller, and it's like a whole dance between stepper control and the servo control, and if those aren't all agreeing with each other, you're never going to get the track, and that's the problem I was having. You know what? I think I was doing better with my grandpa glasses. You're there. Try not to get old, but it gets to the point where you just have to give up and admit you can't see anymore. Get this out of the way. These are my progressive cheaters I've got on now. Yeah, so you get to see a slightly different view of my workshop here. I've got my main desk is behind me. I've got my display of cameras and ancient PDAs over in one corner. In the other corner I have a really old iMac. I'll point that over in a minute. Yeah, this is actually easier with just my eyes, because you lose the depth perception. Much harder. You don't realize how much you need your depth perception when you solder. I actually wear glasses every day, but I wear bifocals. I don't usually wear much at home. So down here in the workshop, I wear my my little reading glasses down here. Which turn out to be really good for solder work. There we go. Nice and shiny. Yeah, I was off for a week because my wife just had surgery. And she's doing better now, thankfully. Thanks to the skills of the surgeon. He's actually a very good surgeon, so I think it's at least her second, no, it's third surgery with him. So he's very talented. Thankful for people. I'm not a religious person. Yeah, but coming back to work after not being there for a week, oh man. The cavalcade of stupid emails. It's just like, oh come on, people. I'm working on this one project I was on this project, then I was off the project, now I'm on the project again, and it's just, I don't think it's ever going to be done. I hope it works. It mostly works, but there's just the weirdest issues every now and then. And of course, because it's a government program, I can't say anything about it. Yay. All I can say is, they give me the parts to test, and I test the parts. Because that's what I do. I doubt this video will go very viral. Because it's boring. But I do this because it's quite zen for me. I can just go along and do all my little solder work. I don't even know if I'm in focus up there. I guess I am. So I can go in here and tin up a bunch. I'll just tin all of them up since I'm here. Actually, this board is I got like a big set of boards for this project, actually, for working on the learning computer, and they have the best tinning I've ever seen on a board. The solder just flows so beautifully on these pads. It's very nerdy, I know, but wow, there's something about a well tinned board, because sometimes you go to solder to it and it just won't take the solder, but whatever mix they did, it was great because it's a nice assortment of different sizes. Everything from little tiny guys to big ones. I didn't know what size I was going to need, so I got an assortment pack. And I've just been so happy with their quality. I don't know who. I got them off of Amazon, I think. And it was just really good perf boards. it has plated through holes. For your non-tech types, a plated through hole means there's little drill holes for all the connections here. If they're plated, it means there's a metal plating going all the way through from the top to the bottom pad. Those round things there, those are pads. And there's a plated through holes, just means it goes all the way through. Which is good and bad in this case, because I actually had to come along with a little bit of a kind of like a Dremel tool and cut channels out and fun stuff like that. But anyways, I'm just soldering along here. I gotta tell you, this Sega products killed me. Just couldn't do it anymore. I like weird stuff. I like the stuff like this, like Tiger Learning Computers or Game Coms, and just the unusual sorts. Working on run-of-the-mill, like mass-produced ones, there's just no satisfaction there for discovering something new. Except for the Sega CDX. The problem with CDX was the documentation out there just is it's very lacking, and that's what really stymied me. I mean, I found one site that supposedly had schematics for it and a technical manual, and it just, I could never get registered in that darn site properly. Oh well. I've seen the videos, and they have an oscilloscope, but they have an old phosphorus oscilloscope. And I don't have a phosphorus oscilloscope because they haven't made them in 30 years. Though I did learn when I went to college, they still had it was still the phosphorus screen scopes, but now, everything's been digital for years. Like even my inexpensive scope is still like eons better than a lot of the stuff I worked on back in college. Now, if anyone ever wants to donate a nice old Tektronix or something, go right ahead. I can give it a good home. I junk picked a what is it? An old Fluke. What is it? 1040 manual ranging multimeter, which is funny because that is the exact multimeter I used in college. The ones they had on the bench. It's plugged into AC, so you don't ever have to worry about changing batteries on it. And it's manual ranging, so you have to go through and click all these wonderfully heavy buttons the whole time through. Finish tinning these. And see if I can knock this part out. Yeah, my workshop is a little neater right now. Give it a dime tour. Maybe I'll do that some other night. It's like over here. Here's my old iMac. It's an old G3 450 ruby red. I got a couple old what's up there? Those are old word processors. There's my Plex server over there. Over there's my stand with all the different cameras and stuff. I have a bunch of lenses, a bunch of old SLR lenses, a bunch of digital cameras I went through. Fun stuff like that. That's my printer. Very exciting. I gotta say, if you ever buy a printer, get a black and white Brother. I've owned, in the last 22 years, I've owned 2 printers, and both were Brothers. Black and white. These things last forever. I think the first one died because the roller dried out, and it was cheaper just to buy a new one than buy a replacement roller for it. Feed roller. Okay. And this one has just been a real workhorse, actually. And the toner's cheap. You buy a name brand. Toner still says black and white, so toner is no big deal. Not that I have any paid sponsorships or anything like that. It's just personal experience. We have a I love Canon cameras, but their printers tend to be, they just, I don't know, not enough paper capacity, takes forever to start up. We have a color one upstairs, color laser, and the supplies are just ridiculously expensive too. One printer I always wanted, never got, was a dye sublimation, which you use for photography. Oh, come on. It's not what I wanted. Yeah, so the poor CDX, it's heading back. Adjusted it the best I could, put it back together again. Seems to play regular games fine, but anything like full motion video is just ugh. It sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I think it's just because that the stepper, the servo controller, is just not agreeing with the tracking system. But sometimes do the best you can. This just doesn't work. What else can you do but do your best? If it doesn't work, I feel like a parent now, which I am. You did your best, son, and sometimes you just gotta admit defeat. And that's unfortunately I had to do. I had to admit, you know what? Yeah, to give up on that one. Not giving up the Tiger of the Rain yet. This one's fun. So that's this side. So what we're doing next is all these leads need to be hooked up to one row of pins, and then jumpers over to the first row of this edge connector, and then this to this. But I've had a long night. I've had too many online meetings today, and I don't feel like being on a computer anymore. So, everyone, thanks for watching, and I will see you. Well, I won't see you. You'll see me next time. Bye-bye.